Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, so first of all, we from Group B, and then taking subject of the financial management PFM3023, would like to present about Nestle Malaysian Berhad for their financial performance. So let's we check it out. Okay, let's meet up our team, which is for the first one is Nurin Batrisha binti Muhammad Rizal. For the next one is Nur Syafiqah binti Abdul Hamid. And then for the third one is me, myself, Fadil Sakina binti Azman. And then for the fourth one is Sheila, anak perempuan Primanan. And then for the last one is Jaya Shri, anak perempuan Ravi Chandran. Okay, so first of all, let's we move to the first part, which is the introduction for the Nestle Malaysian Berhad Company, which is the Nestle good are currently considered necessary by the majority of the Malaysian customer because the aisles of most grocery shop and supermarket are stocked with Nestle item, and then there is a staple of practically of all Malaysian youngster and is available in almost all of the restaurant and tiny hawker shop around the nation. Okay, so for the next one, which is the background of the company for Nestle Malaysia Berhad, we can see through the nature of the business, product sold, and then for the registered address, board of the director, and also for their subsidiaries company. Okay, to look in further detail about their background of the company, we move to the first one, which is the nature of the business, which is they serve dairy, beverage, food, ready to drink, and also ice cream that we usually to see at supermarket. And then here we more focusing on the type of they provide, which is ready to drink because it quite similar with other competitors. And then for the next one, we can see from their product that then have been sold, which is Milo, Nestle, KitKat, and also other things that under brand of the Nestle. And then as you guys can see in this slide, this is their registered addresses, which is as the head officer for their company that stated at the Petaling Jaya, Selangor. Okay, so for the next one, you can see from the board of the director for the Nestle Malaysian Berhad Company. Here I just listed out around five name of the board of the director, as you guys can see here. And then for their subsidiaries company of their background of the company, you can see they have five also, which is Cadbury Berhad, L'Oreal Berhad, Nespresso Berhad, Garoto Berhad, and also the last one is the Nestle Purina Pet Care Berhad.
Next, I will continue with the financial ratio, which are to measure liquidity of Nestle Berhad. Secondly, to measure profitability of the asset invested. Other than that, to measure financing assets ability. And lastly, to measure the return on capital provided by Nestle Berhad's shareholders.
Here are the calculation of financial ratio for Nestle Berhad. The result of calculation will be used to evaluate and explain the financial performance of Nestle Berhad in the next part. Next, I'm going to explain about financial performance. This is include on how liquid is the organization, are the manager generating an accurate operating profit on the organization asset, how is your organization financing its asset, and lastly, are the manager generating a good return on equity.
To answer the first question, how liquid is your organization? Let's take a look at the Nestle's current ratio and acid test ratio on the current year of 2021. From the current ratio, Nestle only has 59 cents in current asset for every 1 ringgit in current liabilities, and it has decreased from the year of 2019. While from the acid test ratio in 2021, Nestle only have 20 cents in current asset for every 1 ringgit current debt, which also has decreased from the year of 2019. By looking at the average collection period and account receivable turnover, Nestle is getting slower in collecting accounts receivable. Now we can conclude that Nestle Berhad has less liquidity over the year. Next, to prove whether the manager is generating an adequate operating profit on the organization's asset, we have to look at the operating return on assets. From the table, we can conclude that Nestle Berhad has low operating return on assets from the year of 2019 until 2021, and the managers are not doing an adequate job of generating operating profits on the firm's asset. This is due to the managers not using the firm's assets efficiently, as indicated by the low asset turnover ratios.
Nestle Berhad ability to finance asset may be viewed and decided based on the debt ratio calculation. The debt ratio is defined as the decimal or percentage ratio of total debt to total asset. The lower the debt ratio, the better it is. Nestle Berhad has a majority of long-term debt, which is 74.97%, 77.02%, 75.72%, 80.53%, and 80.48% according to the years 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, and 2001 respectively. Nestle Berhad financed its asset with debt at highest of 80.53% and by common equity at lowest of 19.47% in the year 2020 compared to the rest year of 2021. Other than that, in reverse, Nestle Berhad financed its asset with debt at the lowest of 74.97% and with common equity at the highest of 25.03% in the year of 2017 compared to the rest year to 2021. It can be concluded that the debt ratio, which measures the financing asset ability of Nestle Berhad in 2017, is the best compared to the rest of the year from 2017 to 2021, which is followed by the year 2019, 2018, 2021, and 2020 respectively. In short, it is also proven that Nestle Berhad financed its asset by using both ways, which is debt and equity. Measurement of return on capital provided by Nestle Berhad shareholder could be seen from the calculation of return on equity. Return on equity measures how successfully a company uses its equity or money supplied by shareholder and cumulative retained earning to generate revenue. Yes, the manager of Nestle Berhad generating a good return on equity because the result from calculation shown all the return on equity is above 95%. The return on equity of Nestle Berhad is 100.92%, 100.69%, 101.20%, 99.21%, and 97.79% for the year 2017, 2018, 2019, 2021, and 2021 respectively. The return on equity decreased by 0.23% from the year 2017 to the year 2018. Nestle Berhad improved its return on common equity by 0.51% from the year 2018 to the year 2019. The better improvement has come from a significant increase in the firm operating return on asset and a modest increase in the use of debt financing. Next, there is a decrease of 1.99% from the year 2019-2020 and also a decrease by 1.42% from the year 2020 to the year 2021. This indicates that return on equity of Nestle Berhad decreased for the first year from 2017, then it rose again the following year from 2018 to 2019, before dropping again in the 3 years leading to the year 2021. The return on capital provided by Nestle Berhad shareholder is the highest in the year 2019, which is 101.20%, and the lowest in the year 2021, which is only 97.79%. It can be concluded that the return on equity, which measures the return on capital provided by Nestle Berhad shareholder in 2019, is the best as it has the highest percentage value compared to the other year. And it is followed by the year 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2021. Accordingly, this is also indicate that there is a possibility that the higher return on equity comes from Nestle Berhad paying a lower interest rate on its debt.
Greetings everybody, my name is Jayashree Ravichandran and I'll explain about the success factors and risks. In 2018 until year 2017, it indicates a good result for the current and quick ratio. It shows a better result and a success for a company's liquidity and a financial health. But in year 2019 until 2021, it shows a bad result because this indicates that the company might have issues with ineffective recovery receivable or lack of goods inventory management. And it shows if a company's current ratio decreases below 1, it's indeed possible that it does not have sufficient liquid asset to cover its liability. So this can be a slight risk for the company and it should be avoided. Moving on to the days in receivable. In year 2017, it was 40 days but it decreased to 24 days in 2021. This is a great improvement and explains that the clients of the company settle their invoices more quickly and indicates the company receives payment more quickly, which is a great improvement and a huge success. This is a very good improvement that the company is seeing. Analyzing account receivable turnover, there has been drastic improvement over the years, which indicates a success where it explains that the company seems to be more efficient in payment settlement. I see this as a very huge success in a company because this kind of sometimes will be hard for companies to actually improve their days in receivable, but in Nestle they managed to do it successfully. Next, I'll be explaining about the risk that the company is facing. For inventory turnover, it decreased from 2070 to 2021, which both indicates poor performance in turning inventory to sales, which is not good and it is a risk for the company. I see this as a huge risk because this is one of the important factor in a company. A high number of days inventory pending shows that a company is unable to convert its inventory into sales rapidly, and this could have been due to the poor sales growth or because of purchasing of an excessive amount of inventory. This is something a company should avoid. For operating return on asset, the company is slightly declining each year from 2017 to 2021, which signifies that an organization is overspending or has poor investment and could be difficulties. Operating return asset for the company is considered good, but the concern is just on the part where it is declining slightly every year. From 2017 to 2019, the operating profit margin has slightly increased, which shows that the revenue is growing and financial burden is decreasing. But in 2020, there's a drastic decline, which might indicate a drop in revenue or a rise in cost. Next, for total asset turnover, the company faces continuous increase and also decrease over the years, which means that the large a firm's asset turnover ratio, the more productive it is in collecting profit of its asset, whereas a low asset turnover ratio implements that a firm is not properly utilizing its asset to create sales. I assume this happened in year 2020, so this might be one of the reasons due to the COVID-19 pandemic. I guess that might be the reason for this reason.
Hello everyone. Next, I'm going to continue with the projections and recommendations. There are some projections and recommendations that the company should do the improvisation in the financial health and performance of Nestle Malaysia Berhad. Firstly, Nestle Malaysia Berhad should work on the current and quick ratio, which means the company should maintain adequate current assets and liquid assets to meet its short-term obligation and maintain a good amount of liquidity throughout the year. It can hold up more funds in current assets. Furthermore, the inventory turnover shows decrease from 2017 to 2021, which both indicates poor performance in turning inventory to sales, which is not good and it is a risk for the company. Also, so a higher number of days inventory pending shows that a company is unable to convert its inventory into sales rapidly on time. Nestle Malaysia Berhad should encourage sales of old inventory first. The company can offer special discounts and promotions more to help move out the old stock quickly. Launching a special marketing campaign aimed at moving outdated stock is also seriously worth considering to improve the inventory turnover of Nestle Malaysia Berhad. Next, the company also can employ multiple pricing strategies. For example, the company's products sell all over on a global scale. A single pricing strategy simply can't work for all the products at all times. Instead of considering using multiple pricing strategies based on various sectors, such as seasonal pricing, free shipping, bulk discounts, and more to attract customers and increase the demand of products, and it's also increase the inventory turnover. In addition, next, to improve the asset turnover of Nestle Malaysia Berhad should increase the more efficiency in their product variants. The company can work more on implementation of operation management based strategies, however, can be a challenge for Nestle company as the company is already very efficient yet every business has the space for being better and more efficient than it already is, because quality needs to be checked from time to time at the end, because at the end of the day quality is what measures the customer satisfaction.
Okay, so in the conclusion, there will be a highest and lowest point that may affect their performance and production of the Nestle Malaysia Berhad. And then it's totally help us out by making a decision on what kind of suggestion that can be implemented to improve their performance every year, plus which comparing on another market that will be their competitors in the future. So that's all from us. Thank you.